Welcome in, everybody.
Welcome in.
Bill, how we doing?
I am doing fine, Scott. How about yourself?
Doing good. Always excited for these Wednesday shows. Now I think, what do they say? It catches like 21 days to catch a habit. So I think this is our fourth show. I think kind of gotten in a rhythm
Yeah,
now. So
I think it's three together. I think we did. I did one without you no, it was four because four because
yeah,
we did it, but we did it one day late.
that's right. That was a good one too. That was a good one. Let's see who we got in here. Say hello to everyone. Hello. Cruise Nuts came in first. Cruise Nuts. Got my Brooklyn brother, Eddie Lugo, in the house. What's up, Eddie Lugo?
Yo.
Exploring with Eric. Thanks for making it in, my friend. Let's see. Mike Clock came in. Clock Family Adventures. Welcome in.
Mike.
Embarkation Nation made it in. Welcome on in. Thanks for coming on in. It's here. Whoops. Destination Fun. Welcome on in. I was actually just watching one of your videos before we came on live. Let's see here.
She had a pop-up live today. I missed it. I had to go back and watch it.
Oh, I watched that one earlier. That was a good one. See here. Alice Lugo Studios. Welcome on in.
The brains of the operation, Alice Lugo.
The brains of the operation. Randacito, welcome on in. Hey, y'all. We got Cheryl. Cruising is fun anytime. Good evening. Welcome on in.
Can't get enough of that Timu.
Timu.
Hopefully her package came. She had 500 some odd steps. She's running to the door today, looking for a Timu package to come. I see. Cheryl, I'm watching. You may not know I'm there, but I'm there.
I have a few Timu videos of hers to catch up on, so she has a lot of Timu packages. That's for sure. She loves Timu. And our friends from up north, Mike and Rihanna, welcome on in. Yeah. Mike Cruz Vet, welcome on in. Oh, howdy, y'all. Howdy. Welcome on in. Let's see. Manto Strike, welcome on in. Thanks for making it in, my friend.
Manto Strike, welcome in.
Let's see. The other Scott, we are now in Scott compliance. Scott, the muster drill has made it in. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in.
We got our share of Scots.
Dual Scots. The Bud Files has made it in. Welcome in, my friend. Let's see here. So, the one and only Betty J Gathers has made it in. Welcome in.
Whoops, there she is.
There she is. House of X has made it in. Welcome
House
in.
of
Thanks,
X.
guys, for making it in. We're almost down to the end. See.
Aaron, he's a buddy of mine that I met on the Splendor on the 23-day last year. Welcome in, Aaron. Appreciate you being here.
Nice. Where did that go to, Bill?
It went from Sydney. No, oh boy, it went from Sydney to Seattle. No, Seattle to Sydney. That's what it was.
That's awesome.
So, yep. I met
repositioning. Was that when it repositioned last year?
Yeah, it was repositioning. I met a lot of good people on that ship. I love those Trans-Pacific cruises because you get to spend so much time. You get to meet a lot of people.
Build a lot of relationships. That's awesome. Well, welcome in, my friend. Thanks for coming in. Let's see here. Rock the Boat has made it in.
Welcome
I
in.
love that name. Every time I hear that name, I wanna just sing the song.
I'm trying to avoid doing that, but yeah, I do too.
Let's see here. Keisha has made it in. Welcome
Keisha's in the house.
Good evening. Evening.
Breaking news. I might be selling with Keisha next year. Breaking news.
Oh yeah? On what ship?
See, why you gonna ask me a hard question like that? What ship? It's the Meet and I cruise. I don't know. I don't even know what ship it is, to be honest with you.
Okay. You might have it picked out.
It's right around my birthday, so it might be my birthday cruise. We'll have to see how the money is doing and how the wallets,
I hear that. Let's see here. I Love Cruising Royal has made it in. A warm
Welcome in.
Everyone. Welcome in. Yeah. We're saying hello to each other, and we have made it down to the bottom, Bill.
Sounds good.
I think we have made it down to the bottom. Now, to kick our show off, Bill, I know do you cruise and travel solo for the most part?
For the most part, yeah. It all depends, but yeah, for the most part, I do.
Whether we travel with family or whether we travel alone, right? A lot of times we can run into times when we're stressed about cruising, stressed about the first day, stressed about not knowing if we're a first-time cruiser, not knowing what is going to be on the ship. So you have how many cruises under your belt now?
43 with six booked, and hopefully about two more to book soon. So quite a few.
That is a lot of cruise experience. So I am sure within one of those 43 cruises, you have experienced some sort of stress or some sort of time where maybe it didn't go as planned. Can you share one of those stories with us?
I'll tell you. The one that comes to mind, which set me on the path of doing things early, was booking a cruise with the family. At the time, I was married, and taking the kids. We're going on a cruise. Couldn't wait. We decided to come in the same day as the cruise, the same day the cruise ported or left. I'm in Michigan. Hit some bad weather. Plane delayed. I think we made it to the ship with about a half an hour to spare. And just the stress. I mean, I going on the ship, are we going to make it? And just stress the entire day. That was the worst feeling I ever had as far as vacations. So yeah, no, I don't do that anymore if I can help it.
Were you able to board the ship, or did you miss?
Yeah, we made it. I made it by about half an hour. If I had been half an hour later, I would have been catching the plane right back with the family, and the kids would have been crying, and the wife would have been mad, and oh my goodness, it would have been a terrible situation. But we made it. They were happy. I was happy afterwards, and went straight to the bar. It was good.
And then basically every cruise after then, you showed up a day before to the port.
I'm not going to say everyone, but
almost
generally, and follow me here, people. If I get a good deal on a Carnival cruise and it's last minute, I might go in the day of. So let's say that cruise was $100 because of a casino deal or something like that. I don't sweat it, because if I do miss the ship, it was $100. So I don't sweat it as much. But if I'm paying full price, or top dollar for a cruise, I'll be there at least a day early, maybe two.
Of course. And maybe those are the ones that are closer to you. Those ports are closer to you, so maybe you drive and you don't have to fly or something.
I'm in Michigan. There are no closer ports. I'm flying basically to wherever I go. I guess maybe I could do New York, maybe, but then even that would be a 8-hour drive.
8 hours, yeah. So yeah, I hear that. So anybody else have a stressful story to share? So I'll share two. One
Okay.
that I remember since post 21, and this was a cruise out of New York. I was, I think, 22, give or take, 22. And I was rolling the dice again, flying in, trying to fly in the day of, and the day getting on the ship the same day. And I believe it was Miami. And hence I never made it because we had 30 inches of snow. And
Oh
I
no.
sat there and I watched, and all of the flights out of New York were canceled. Everything out of New York was canceled.
Yeah. Oh no.
I had no travel insurance. I lost everything. And I was stressed. It was actually a birthday cruise. I do actually now remember this. This was a birthday cruise. Me and my best friend were going on this cruise, and we never got to go on this cruise. So hence I always now use Bill's rule, and I always try to get in the day before if I can because of things like that. I mean, it was sunny the day before, and we got 30 inches of snow. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta pay attention to that. It's tough, but you if you can, it just takes so much stress. And for me, vacation is about relaxation and just enjoying life.
It really is. And we have a new subscriber here, Son of a Sailor. Welcome on in. Thanks for coming on in.
Like the name.
I do. I like the name too. And then I'll share actually another story. I texted my mom before this, and I said, "Hey, Mom, can you remind me of a story when we experienced some stress, or you experienced stress on a cruise when we were all together, when we used to cruise as a family?" And she said, "Well, there's two. One, when they took me on Princess when I was 5 or 6, maybe, she said they checked everything. We were allowed to wear nice jeans and a button up, like a polo or something like that, or a button up to the dining room. We got to the dining room and they would not let us in. I don't remember this personally. She does. And apparently it was, my mom got a little upset. My dad was also a little upset, whatever. We went back. We ended up eating, I guess, at the buffet or something like that. And they were very upset about it. So they were very stressed out. They had done the research and they didn't bring what they call, I guess, dress pants at the time. And this was not an elegant night. This was just a regular night. So this was, I guess, back in the 90s, the way that they did it.
Yeah, they were a little strict back then. They were a little strict as far as dress codes.
They were. They said they wanted me in dress pants and dress shoes in order to enter the dining room.
Yeah.
A 5 or 6-year-old. I mean, I get it. I mean, it was back in the 90s, like you said. So there was some crazy dress codes. And then another time, which was crazy, I'll share this with you guys too. My mom said she researched about a Norwegian ship, NCL, back in the day. Again, it was early 2000s, 1990s, about the ship and the pool. Something happened when we went on. One of the pools were dysfunctional or something like that. She ended up getting $200 onboard credit. She refused it, but nobody had tried to fix the pool for our 5-day cruise or something like that, she said. And they were like very like not answering questions about it. And she basically just wanted to know. And apparently we denied the onboard credit, but that was
Well, wait, I'm trying to, well, why would you deny the onboard credit?
I don't know. So that was my stressful story, but more of the stressful story of when there was 30 inches of snow.
Yeah.
I was looking out my window. Let's see here. I know some new faces have come in. Brady has made it in. Welcome in, my friend.
Brady.
We had a blast. We had an absolute blast on the Margaritaville at Sea. And we are set to have another blast on the Luminosa in a few weeks. going to Alaska, Bill.
Nice. Yeah, you're going to enjoy it.
I can't wait. I can't wait, especially with my buddy on there too, El Jefe. El Jefe. Cruising Scene has made it in. Welcome on in. Let's see here. I think they should bring back that dress code. That is one of my friends at work, Matt. They actually do have an elegant night on a 5-day cruise. I think 2. Is it 2, Bill, on a 7-day?
Usually it's 2 on a 7-day.
2 on a 7-day, where it's not enforced, but if you'd like to dress up, I like to dress up now. And I mean, you can definitely go all dolled up and dressed up for sure to the dining room and walk around. And
I'm not that big on as far as dressing up, but again, I do like to wear like dress pants and a collared shirt. Very rarely will I wear a t-shirt to the dining room. I don't wear suits. Yeah, no. Well, on elegant night, it all depends. Sometimes I'll go, sometimes I won't. Sometimes, very rarely, because I don't want to overpack and have to take a garment bag for the suit. But they have been a little stricter, like on baseball caps. I'm a firm believer as far as wearing caps indoors and things like that. Men should take off their hats. Unless you're working. If police officer, if you're working, you leave your hat on. But that was just my upbringing.
Chef, yeah, makes sense. Let's see. CV baseball card collectors made it in. Welcome in, my friend.
Welcome in.
Right under him. Let's see here. Will G. Thanks for coming in. Let's see what else. Sure I didn't miss anybody here.
I don't think so.
That's right, CV. Only on the Lido deck. Only on the Lido deck.
Yeah.
That's where I want to be. I know, even though my next Lido deck will be kind of cold. Still, well, actually, you know what? Have you heard that too, Bill? That Alaska has been getting record heat waves or record temperatures as far as Alaska goes?
I haven't heard that, but yeah, normally about this time of year, I mean, it's comfortable. I was one year I was up there on deck and had just t-shirt on, but they have a covered top, so the Lido deck it'll be covered. So you'll be good, no matter either way. The pool in the back is heated. I was out there; it was probably about 45, 50 degrees, and I was able to get a swim in out there.
Ooh. Maybe I will get a swim in. So,
and let me change that. I don't really swim, so I got playing in the water out there.
You still got in the pool. You still got it.
I got it. I did that just because it was like I'm in Alaska outdoors in a pool.
True. Hey, Bama, welcome on in. So, Bill, we talked about stressful situations as far as cruises go. So I figured what we would do for everybody in the chat and for people that end up watching this on the replay, appreciate everybody who does end up watching this on the replay. But I figured we would go kind of like back and forth, and we would do our top 10 for tips as far as travel go for a stress-free cruise. So I guess we'll share 10. You'll do 5. You'll do 5. I'll do 5. And I guess we'll have you kick it off. So if you want to go with number 1 as far as a stress-free travel tip for a stress-free cruise, go ahead and kick it off, Bill.
Yeah, for me, my number 1 tip to make things go stress-free is just plan your trip out. I've done a lot of cruises, so it's a lot easier for me now. But if you're just starting out, do a little research on the ship, do some planning, book it early. Are you claustrophobic? Well, don't get an interior room. Do a little research on your trip. So when you get on board, you're not shocked. Oh no, I didn't realize the rooms were this size. Oh, I can't believe that. I shouldn't drink the water out the faucet. Maybe whatever it is. If you plan early, book early. The earlier you book, usually you'll get the best discount. So mine is plan early.
Plan early. And well, not to go off on a tangent, but do you think there is a certain type of room for a first-time cruiser? As I know you had mentioned, a interior versus non-do.
No, I mean, again, it all depends. It depends on your budget. It depends on are you claustrophobic in an interior room with no windows? Would that bother you? Balcony. I know my daughter, she doesn't like having a balcony with a child. So she won't get a balcony. She'll do like an ocean view, so you can view with a window. So I mean, again, you have to do that research for yourself. But for me, as long as I'm on a cruise ship, I'm usually pretty good.
Same. I actually never thought about that. So I don't have kids, so I would never thought about it. That's good. So okay. So number 2, I know Brady is in here, and he may call me out because this is actually still our luggage tag from Margaritaville. I had to see, and it wasn't mine. So my number 2, because this cruise I actually dropped the ball, and because I have such a great roommate for the last cruise and this cruise, he had brought extras. So I think he had an extra copy of mine over the one that he gave me, plus another one. Or
nice.
2. But my tip for number 2 is to print out not only your luggage tags, your boarding passes, anything that you may need. And I know we live in a world of technology, and I know it's so easy to, be on our phones and screenshot and show the lady, oh, this is my screenshot to get on. But at the same time, it's so much easier to have the paper, because the things and the numbers that they need are on here. They can type it in if something goes awry, instead of trying to shove your phone in their face. And just print out extra tags of everything that you need for traveling, for your first day, even for your second day and your last day. I mean, not your second day, but your last day home.
Yeah.
Just
I try to always have like a paper copy.
Multiple paper copies.
I see Cruise Vet. If Cruise Vet is talking about for the first timers, get a suite. As far as the cabin, they'll be spoiled for the rest of their cruising career.
Where is it? Cruise Vet?
Oh, he was up. Yeah, no, it was just a little way right above where Brady spoke.
I see that. Yeah, I recommend a suite for your first cruise. Why is that? Expand. I actually have never booked a suite, Mike. So
I think he's being funny. I think first time he's doing a suite. I think he's being funny. You never know about those Texans.
True. So what is number 3 for you, Bill, as far as stress-free travel?
Number 3, choose the right cruise. And when I say that, again, most of the time I see people upset. It's because they chose the wrong cruise. And I guess this is kind of tied into the first one as far as planning. If you don't like being around kids, don't book during the summertime. Don't book during the holidays. You book Carnival. Carnival is a family cruise ship. So if you book around those times, you're going to have a lot of kids. And then why do that to yourself? Why get on there complaining about the kids? So, mine is choose the right, cruise. Go on Virgin and do an adult only cruise. If you really don't like cold weather, you may not want to go to Alaska, or maybe, you burn in the sun easily. Maybe you want to go to Alaska. It just choose the cruise that's right for you. Do you like larger ships? Do you have mobility issues? Maybe you want to get a smaller ship over a larger ship. So just think about what you're trying to get out of the cruise.
It does alleviate a lot of stress if you ask these questions first. And your situation may change. I mean, you may be traveling solo this time, and you may be traveling with family next time, and the things and the requirements of the ships may be different. So that is good. I do like that one. And Mike says I just popped it down. He said he was just kidding, actually. So let's see down here.
Next one, Scott.
Oh, actually, no. Scrow's Nest has made it in. Welcome in, Randy. Welcome in, Scrow's Nest. Is anybody up here?
I see Cal L made it in.
Cal L Daily, yes. Welcome on in. Welcome on in.
What up, Billy D. Cruz? I actually like that name. I don't. For you guys, I mean, some of you young guys may not know. Remember Billy D. Williams, but Billy D. Cruz. That's you're going old school. Star Wars people, they would get it. He was in Star Wars.
Official Jamia. Almost said Jamaica.
Jamia.
I think we're down to the end. So my next travel tip is, again, so this is kind of me talking to me, but also sharing with you guys. I have to kind of train myself because I'm one to think, oh, the hotels are going to be there, or oh, the travel is going to be there, oh, this is going to be there. And I actually got bit in the butt by that. As far as West Palm Beach, it was a blessing in disguise because I was able to share and actually ride the Bright Line. So I'm able to share the Bright Line with you guys, and I was able to discover that. However, that flight from West Palm Beach went from $250 because I thought it was going to stay there to $850 to $1150, and even ended up at like $1350 to West Palm Beach, which is insane. So my next tip is book your travel and your stays and your hotels early. They used to be there for you back in the day, but travel and cruising is at an all-time high right now. So they're not going to be there. I promise you, those hotels that you once stayed in, if you wait, you're not going to be able to stay in them. And that may cause stress for you because maybe it was next to your favorite coffee shop. Maybe it was really close to the ship. Maybe you just know how to get to the port. So if you want the things that you want, book them early because things are going faster than ever before. Tickets are going faster than ever before. Rooms, flights, travel, everything. So, I mean, you kind of agree with me, Bill?
I definitely agree. As a matter of fact, you're going to Alaska. You may want to start, you're booking everything now because a lot of those excursions, they're limited number of people that can go on those excursions. The helicopter ride I went on, when we were in Tracy Arms Fjords, they had an excursion where you got onto a smaller ship to get closer to the glacier. Very limited number of spots. So book early if you don't want to be disappointed.
I'm going to actually tell you guys this. I'll tell you guys a little secret. I'm going to do no excursions in Alaska. I'm going to take you guys on things that are no excursions, no crazy excursions. I will go back in my lifetime. Don't worry. But this round, I'm going to show you guys how to go to Alaska without doing any of the excursions. So,
sweet. There are things to do without that. And it's still just so beautiful. I mean, again, you're going to enjoy yourself.
Oh, yeah. And I know my friend will have a few cool places to take us to. So that's out of my control. All right. And then let's see. So we are down to the end. So, Bill, how about your next travel-free stress cruise tip?
Mine is for a lot of people. I kind of, again, it goes into planning. You're going to see a common thread with all mine is planning. I've been doing it a long time, so it's all planned out for me. So I kind of know what to do. Make sure you make a packing list for new people. You'll be surprised at what people will forget. They think they're packing everything that they're going to need, whether it be their medication, whether it be keys, whether it be insurance cards or extra credit card, and they're not writing it down and checking it off the list. And they wind up forgetting things. And once you get out your hometown, once you get out the country, it's a lot harder to get everything that you're going to need. And it's going to be way more expensive. Cough medicine and seasickness medicine on a cruise ship is going to be way more expensive. So make a packing list. You can usually go online and look up like what people took on a cruise. Do that, pack it, mark it off, and leave it in there. Don't overthink packing. Like some people pack, unpack, pack, unpack, pack, unpack. You don't need to do that. But just make a list so you know that you have everything that you need.
You know what I would be kind of interested in, Bill, as I'm listening to you? Your packing list. You should make a packing list for all of your subscribers. Bill's essentials of packing, since it's a simple, concise list of, kind of meat and potatoes, and then you can fill in. And
it would be too short. Shorts, t-shirts, swim trunks.
Don't give it all away.
Water shoes. It would be so. My list would be so short.
All right. My next one. I want anybody to share any of their stress-free travel tips with us for cruising or for travel. We'll open it up for travel because I know there are a lot of travel channels with us here. So any travel tips or cruise trips,
we got you.
Tips for stress-free travel. So let's see here. Let me catch up in the chat before I give you my very next one.
All right.
Let's see. Great destination fun. Let's see. Carnival has a great packing list that you can print out.
They do.
They actually knew that and forgot that. Which is true. Bone tired travelers made it
Denise, welcome in.
Oh. Didn't know that.
Yeah, no, that was a no-no. I know somebody who got isolated because they had a cough and went down to get some cough medicine, and they wound up putting them in isolation. So yeah, be careful.
And also, welcome in cruising on the high seas and travel. Like we said that before. What would you buy, Nat? Forgot what we said. Oh, the packing list. What you referring to?
Uh-huh.
Right. We're down. And I will share my next travel tip as you guys filter in and share yours. I'm going to share my next one. And this one, maybe you already have followed, and maybe it's a light for you. It's eating a good meal before you get to the port, because you're going to be standing around for a while. You're going to be checking in for a while. Even if you have priority boarding or embarkation, you're still going to be at a point where you're waiting from the point when you last ate your last meal. So make sure whether you go out and get a really good meal or you get the breakfast at the hotel, eat a good meal before you get to the port, because I'm telling you, you will be hungry if you do not. And that may cause some stress. It may cause you to get a little angry. It may cause you to get impatient because you just want to get on the ship because you haven't eaten. So we've all been there. It's okay. Yeah. Don't worry. We've all been there. Call it hangry, my friend. Call it hangry, right? Have you ever been hangry, Bill?
Probably earlier today. Who knows? I just started talking to myself. I see they have a few people down here have some tips in the chat. Cruising Scene says, my travel tip is to not overpack. You'll probably not wear half of what you bring, and you're so right about that.
That is true. I always pack so much, and then I end up not even just not using half of the things that, as far as clothes, but half of the things that I bring, I end up not using. So, but some of the things it's better to have, but there are some things where I'm like, do I really need that? So it's pretty good tip. Pretty good.
I see a astute tourist came in. Welcome in, Jimmy.
Here's a good one too. Cruise Vet said, for me, research is key to avoiding stress and mistakes. YouTube, right, as we're on right now, Facebook groups, etc. Facebook groups are great. Every cruise, for the most part, I think, has some sort of Facebook attached to it or something attached to it. and an admin, which is kind of great because there are people in there usually that have either sailed on the ship before or are excited about sailing on the ship. So you can kind of, get together and talk together. So that is a pretty good tip, Mike. Let's see here. Let me get back to Bone Tired Travelers. Dwayne's stress-free tip for cruising is leave all the booking, buying, and planning and passports to Denise. Me. I don't know if that's a tip as far as the astute tourist has made it in. Welcome in, Jimmy. I was also watching your show before this too. I was watching Duel. I was on my other laptop and on the phone too.
Right.
He comes on actually right before this. He has a show right before this on Wednesdays, cocktail show. So he's what kicked off the cocktail something. Jimmy. Let's see here. Oh, Sharon, any tips before I share my last one? I normally don't eat. I wait for the free meal. I mean, you could wait for the free meal. However, I don't know. It's just too long for me to wait.
Clock family, I agree with you. I wait till I get on the ship and I walk around and find out what kind of food they have, and I go get the free food. I don't eat the hotel if they have a free breakfast or anything like that. But again, I'm not used to eating breakfast in the first place.
How about you?
I don't.
How about if it's free? If the breakfast in the hotel is free, some of them are not bad. Some of them are bad, but some of them are not bad. Let's see. Yes, any up here? Let's see, we try to choose a hotel with free breakfast, so we have something light. It's good idea. Good idea. I usually do 2 as well. Free breakfast. And you kind of, since you've been traveling for a little while, you kind of know which ones have the better breakfast.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So much stuff for Booze Cruise. It's like 2.0 or 1.0? I'm going on 2.0, I believe. You are too, right, Bill?
I don't know. I just found another cruise in July around my birthday, so it depends. I want to, because there's some good people going on the 2.0, but it depends on the how money is.
See you later.
We will see, people. We will see.
Let's see. We normally have snacks too, which is good too. I'm also packing snacks. It's also great. Most of the, if they're like single snacks, most of the cruise lines let you get on.
And it is. Be prepared. I do have my backpack. I usually have snacks. My snacks are usually what I'm bringing for like on the ship. So if I have to dip into my emergency stash, I will. But normally I just take that to my room. The chips, the peanuts or whatever I have, I throw that in the room.
And also, if you fly in with a good flight, you might be able to get some snacks on the plane too. As well.
Right. I've done that before.
The next day, sometimes. Another suggestion is to get the port area a day in advance to be prepared for any delays. Right, like that one, Bill.
Yeah. No, another suggestion is get to the port early or area a day in advance. Usually I try to say not too far away from the port area. I'm going to Galveston, and I'm torn whether I want to go to the port area or stay near the airport. I guess the airport is about an hour away or so. Mm-hmm. So I probably will go near the airport. But usually, say around the port area. You in case something goes wrong, in case it rains, in case Miami is notorious. Sometimes the tunnel to the port floods, and it can get crowded, it can get hectic. So, good suggestion.
Man, I don't know. Is it my turn for my next one? For the next one, the next tip. Is it my turn for the next tip or your turn?
It might be my turn. Probably it's my turn. Let's see. Yeah, because it'd be my number 5. Time management. People, learn how to manage your time on a cruise ship. And again, for me, I'm laid back, but with the app on the phone and I'm going Carnival. I kind of plan out my night ahead of time. So I don't do it at the last minute. So if I want to go to the piano bar, if I want to go to the show, if I want to go to the casino, I'm just usually walking through and I stop. But I plan my night out. Good time management. You can't do everything. And if you try to do everything, you're going to mess up your night where you don't enjoy anything, if that makes sense to you. Being late to the comedy show, being late to the show, you get crappy seats, you miss the first part, you're late to dinner. And I mean, learn how to manage your time, and that will help you enjoy your cruise.
How long before you get on board do you download that app, Bill?
It stays on my phone, and I never delete it. It stays on my phone. You can't use it off the ship. Well, I scratch that. You might be able to pull up like your countdown date to the next cruise. Maybe I never really tried it off the ship, other than like if I was on a cruise and it didn't work. So I assume it didn't work here. But I never delete it. Why delete it? Because delete it, add it on, delete it, add it on, delete it, add it on. I just leave it on there.
True, I do too. I leave mine on. And my next one is because this actually goes with what Cruise Nut says actually. So we eat at the main dining room and all the specialty dining, no buffet. And my next tip is to avoid the buffet on your first meal. There are other options, depending on the ship. I don't want to say so many, but there are other options, I guarantee you, other than the buffet that everybody is rushing to with their suitcases, with their luggages, with their bags, with their kids. Everybody is going to the buffet, right? There are many other options that you can go to, whether it be the main dining room, Guy's Burger, or that's Carnival, or something else that you can go to for your first meal. I'm not saying don't ever go to the buffet, but for your very first meal, right? That we're talking about 10 tips, right? As far as stress-free travel goes, as far as embarkation, your first day. So avoiding, right, the buffet for your very first meal. And some would say, like Cruise Nuts, even for all of your meals. So that's a good one.
I've done that more here lately. Just because, just watching people and not washing their hands and touching the utensils and stuff like that. That was the one good thing about the Luminosa. They actually serve the food for you at the buffet. They did not the desserts and not the salads, but the main dish they served you, so everybody didn't necessarily touch it. So, yeah, I mean, I've been avoiding the buffets more and more, especially like breakfast. I don't even do the breakfast buffet. I go to the dining room and get breakfast served. It's hotter, it's fresher. I enjoy it better.
It's true. Z actually says happy birthday to you too as well. Z, welcome on in.
Thank you.
Eat breakfast and grab a burger. Guys on board. Smart. Okay. Makes sense.
The best one, the 1.0. Well, that's because I booked it already.
We leave really, really early and drive to the port. That makes sense. Some would say lucky. Sure.
Cruise Nuts says he's too bougie for the buffet.
Too bougie for the buffet. Somehow got all the way up here. Clock says Royal app. You can get drink packages a couple weeks before the schedule, and the schedule loads so you can plan ahead. That's kind of cool.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it is.
I feel like more and more cruise ships are kind of going to end up catching up to each other once they figure out, oh, wow, people really like this. People like the pre-planning. People like the buying the shore excursions way early. People like checking into specialty dining 2 weeks ahead of time before they sail. So.
Well, that's the thing I heard about Royal is that you have to wait till you get on the ship to book your specialty dining. And, to me, that just didn't make a lot of sense. But, we'll see how it works out. That's starting to stress me out about Royal.
Try to avoid the buffet all of the time. I want the buffet. Go to Golden Corral. Good. Couple of happy birthdays in here for you too, Bill.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, maybe we'll talk about this on one of our shows here, Bill. This drink package ordeal. You know, it's kind of the do I get it, do I not get it?
I've never gotten the drink package. Never. I don't drink. I don't really drink enough. So,
and I'm sure you get free drinks in the casino.
In the casino, I get free drinks in the casino. So usually that's enough to tide me over for the night. Or if I go to the club, get a drink or two. I wouldn't drink. What is it, about 7 drinks on Carnival to break even?
Give or take 6 or 7, yeah, depending on what you're drinking.
Yeah. So I don't know if I would ever drink. And then if I drank like that, I don't think I would do that, 2 or 3 days in a row. So we'll see. Maybe one day I'll try just to try it.
I do get the drink package though, Jimmy. So it's definitely worth it if you are you're a drinker. So
well, I watched your videos, and every time I saw you had a drink in your hand. So yeah, I could see maybe it would be good for you, Scott.
Worth it. Especially if you're
Brady, I don't know about you. I'm not really sure about you, Brady, but Scott, the drink package.
Brady likes to drink too. I'll tell you that right now. Let's see. I think. Okay, I have one more left. You don't have any left, do you?
No, that was it. You should have one more left. Yep.
I think it was my turn when I said it was your turn. I think it was my turn. So I will share my last one, and then I have a bonus one. So I will share 2 kind of back to back.
Okay.
Share one, and then I'll go back to the comments. But the technical last one is to carry a small bag, especially for me. I'm one who carries my bag right on the ship. But if you are not one who carries your bag on the ship, right, make sure you carry a small bag, whether it be a crossbody bag, whether it be a fanny pack, whether it be a small purse or something that can keep the things that you are going to need. Let's just assume it's not going to be this long, but let's just assume for the next 8 hours, you don't have your luggage, right? So anything that you may need, medications, cell phones, wallets, you name it, anything that you may need on you, keep it on you in this little bag. And it's always good to have because you can store it away, and you can also use it on port days when you go out and you buy a whole bunch of other different things. So you think that you have a small bag. But that is technically my last tip as far as stress-free travel goes, because it's tiny and small. Fit it away.
That particular one really is. It should have been my first one because I'm really big on that. I have a backpack. Everything I need really for the cruise is in that backpack. Only thing that's not in there is like, a change of clothes, and it all depends. There may be a change of clothes on that. But usually my backpack is key with me. If you see me on a cruise ship, people cruise the booze cruise in October, almost every time you see me, you'll see me with my backpack on. Guaranteed.
And you've also already packed luggage too as well. So
I pack luggage too, but again, that stays with me. The luggage is just clothes, and you can always buy more clothes. I've had one time in all my career of selling that I had a delayed luggage, but again, I didn't stress over it because it was you can buy a pair of pants, you can buy shorts, swim. I mean, you can always do that. So I didn't do that.
And I'm sure you were prepared too as well. So you had your backpack.
I had my backpack. I had all I needed.
Yep. And actually, one of my favorite, Jade came in. Welcome in, Jade. This is actually one of my favorite questions. Have you, either of us, cruised during a holiday? Before I share my bonus stress tip, have you ever cruised during a holiday, Bill? In which holiday?
I have. I cruised actually last year. I did the Carnival celebration over Thanksgiving, and I also did a Halloween cruise during the month. It wasn't actually over Halloween last year, but it was in the month, so they had the ship decorated for it. I was so disappointed because they had like Thanksgiving, they had like a turkey dinner, like in the main dining room. and it was like a turkey loaf. I mean, it was really disgusting. I was really let down by Carnival doing that with me. I was expecting this, like, a whole turkey and carving that. I probably would have done better going to the buffet where they had a turkey and carving it off the turkey.
Yeah, true.
But yes, I have. To make a long story short.
Do you like it? Do you like cruising during the holidays?
I do. Again, I don't mind families. People are usually happy and having a good time. The one holiday that I really want to do, but I haven't done yet, is New Year's Eve. So, if I can do that, I think that'd be so exciting.
That would be kind of cool.
How about yourself?
To answer your question, Jade, my favorite holiday, I think, is actually, Bill mentioned he didn't like, but oh no, that was Thanksgiving. Mine is actually Halloween. My favorite. I think I went on a 8 or 9 year streak in a row where I basically just sailed Halloween every single year, mostly with another cruise earlier in the year, but I always made sure that I sailed, and it was mostly on the Dream, and it became a dream team kind of thing. People were making tumblers and mugs and all these other kind of things, and it was really fun. I actually still stay in touch with a lot of those people, so that was a real fun time. In Halloween Dream, we had, I guess it was a group cruise before group cruising was a thing, and we just all just agreed to show up the next year on the Carnival Dream. It was actually really cool. And now for me, I always enjoyed sailing and cruising on the holiday because I'm like a little kid at heart, and I love dressing up. So you name it. I was the guy from The Hangover. I was what's his name? I was the kid from Up too. I forget his name. I forget all the names, but I was The Rock one year too. I had the whole thing with the arm tattoo. I bought it off eBay. It was so cool. It looked exactly like The Rock. I positioned it. It's temporary. It lasted like 2 weeks. Felt
like The Rock.
And people were taking pictures with me. So, I kind of like that because it's fun. You go on, you have something to talk about. And I have tons of pictures on my phone that I can go and look at. And it sparks a memory. So
put them online. We want to see them, Scott. Put them online. They're not doing you good.
They're online. Good on your phone. If you look at my Instagram and things like that, they're definitely online. For sure. And it's, it's definitely a fun time. Hopefully, I know next year, I believe Eddie's Cruise over Halloween.
It is. It's the Booze Cruise 2.0.
Yeah, the Booze Cruise is. Yeah, over the 28th. This year, if I end up cruising over Halloween, it will be the non-group cruise that the Traveling Gilberts will be on.
Okay.
Hosted by, I believe, Beach Please and that whole community. So that will be fun if I can somehow find my way onto that, because I haven't a costume idea in mind. But
the Booze Cruise 1.0 is completely sold out now. There are no other cabins available.
Yes, I heard that. Definitely going to go on 2.0, but I won't make it on 1.0. So let's see here. Before I share my bonus, we're getting the Bubbles package. Makes sense, especially if you don't drink. It's worth it, right? And then my last one, my bonus, is basically just make sure you get the muster drill done. And I think Bill will agree with me too as well. Get the muster drill done. No matter if it's standing there, which was a little weird for Margaritaville of the Sea. We had to go down and stand there. We didn't have to bring our life jacket, but we had to stand there and watch them put on a life jacket and listen to them. Or if it's on Carnival where you show up, it's on an iPad, they click your name and you're done. Just make sure you get it done, because after that, you can literally take the stress, throw it overboard.
Do you remember when you had to go down there and put the life jacket on and stand out there at your spot
next to everybody?
It was ridiculous.
No, it was. No, I'm so glad that they have gone to e-muster drills. Most have gone to e-muster drills. That was the Margaritaville of the Sea was the most like old style muster drill I have seen in a really long time. So that was
I see a few other people came in.
Yeah. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Go all the way down. So he's hot exploring with Eric, but if we did, welcome on in. The Gallers came on in. Welcome on in. Welcome on in, my friend.
African Dreaming, welcome in.
Dreaming.
That's a fascinating channel, African Dreaming. They moved over to Africa from the States. If you ever get a chance, go check out there. If you're just curious, go check them out.
They moved from the States to Africa?
Yep. That's my understanding. Wow. And, talking to them and it's fascinating. I mean, again, I'm into cruising and travel and everything, but just the story itself is fascinating to me.
Pretty cool. It was funny when they were doing the muster drill, drunk standing out in the heat, wearing the life jacket.
Yes. I mean, you've been doing shots, and now you're gonna go stand out in the heat with this life jacket on. My goodness, people were passing out left and right.
And just standing out there swaying too. Well, like they were standing like this, but swaying like. Can I get to the bar? Me talking to me. Let's see. I am always amazed how encouraging and informative the cruise community. Y'all are great. Thank you very much, African Dreamer. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Hey, African Dreamer, I believe you're in my chat. If you type #strong, that'll drop your link. So people, if they want to come check out your amazing story, you can do that. Your story just really fascinates me, and I think other people would be interested by it too.
Please drop the link. I want to check it out. I definitely want to check it out. Arizona friend. Ocean Bruce has made it in.
Welcome in, Bruce.
In before, but hello, Bruce. Sure, get on. Oh, somehow I got all the way up here. Sure we didn't miss anybody. Shot and heat and motion don't make sense. Get that right.
Boy.
Got that right. So let's see. I think, Bill, that might bring us to our very last segment, which is...
Before we get to that segment, did you have any final words on Margaritaville? Because you got your videos coming out now, don't you?
I do. Actually, good that we do say that in case we do. Actually, we may run it over just a few minutes, but
just a couple minutes. We're good. We're good.
Yeah. Margaritaville of the Sea. I mean, if anybody has any questions or anybody is thinking about that, we'll leave this open for a couple minutes if you guys want to ask any questions. I will say, I thought Margaritaville of the Sea was a great experience. I think it was perfect for those who are either local and live very close and want to do something for the weekend. I think it's great if you want to add on to an experience, whether it be before a cruise or after a cruise in the area, to make it very, I don't want to say cost effective, but easiest for you to get from place to place, whether it's Miami to West Palm Beach, but an add-on cruise, or if you'd like to go over to Freeport and stay over there and hang out over there, Margaritaville of the Sea lets you do that too. So you can get on, hang out, go for a week, go for 2, go for a month if you want to, and then come on back on a different cruise. And your band, which is awesome, I've never seen this anywhere else, your drinking band, everything, somehow it just bloop, pops back into whatever you were before you left. If you had 6 drinks left, well, guess what? Jimmy's giving you 6 drinks left.
Wow.
He's going to give them to you. So I thought that was pretty amazing. I thought it was something that was unique, not offered anywhere. I don't think any offered anywhere else in the cruise space.
I don't know. Yeah. That is something else.
right? I mean, as far as Margaritaville at the Sea goes for you, I know I'm piquing interest in you, Bill. I know you're.
I am. I'm
guess
running out of money.
I
I want to do that one, but then I want to do. I just found out about the Meet and I cruise next year in July, and I've never cruised on my birthday. And technically, this is one. It's not on my birthday. It's like the 25th, I believe. And again, I don't know where it's going. I don't know what ship it's on, but just the people that are going on it, I want to meet. And I may do it because again, I try to avoid the summertime. It's just too many kids and families and the pools. You can't really relax and enjoy yourself. So I avoid the summertime. And the price is higher. So I go during hurricane season.
See, Brady said June and I are planning on cruise and stay at the resort, so it's awesome. Margaritaville was a blast. I agree. I agree.
It looked like what I saw
like
so
the other
far.
Scott now.
Yeah, from what I saw, it looks like a blast, and I do want to do that. And the price is a decent price. So,
I mean, I don't know. This is a long time away, but if anybody wants to do a group cruise. I always talk the wrong way. If anybody wants to do a group cruise next year, pique the interest, and maybe we can make it happen as far as a little, I don't know, group cruise down there.
That might be a good idea. I mean, people now have so many different group cruises, but you never know. Might want to get a getaway or connect it to another cruise that they might be on down there. So you never know.
You're in both of our communities, so let us know.
Come on through.
We have other group cruise ideas in the background. So let's see if anybody said anything about Margaritaville of the Sea. And I do have a lot of videos premiering. I believe I have a podcast that is going to premiere either tomorrow or the next day. My idea, let me just lay this out too. I want to let you guys know exactly my idea behind the podcast. My idea is something that's audio rich. It's not supposed to be, if you want to watch it as a video, please watch it as a video. However, I just want to take the pressure off because for me, I thought I don't have anything where I can make dinner or I can drive home to. I always feel like I have to be in the chat or be engaged, and I want to be engaged. Don't get me wrong. I want to be engaged. However, and I thought, wow, there's no cruising podcast or there's nothing out there that people can just set the phone down, put the Peniel vodka on, stir the sauce, and, just listen to. I mean, you got to listen to me. Maybe I'll start bringing on some people. But I mean, for me, it's only a half an hour. And it's kind of talking about some trending cruise topics. Right now, my next one, I'm going to tell you about some things that to do in South Florida and expand on my time with Richard and No Pants Profits and exactly what we did, because I know there's a lot of people that are in the chat that are going to be sailing out of West Palm Beach, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. So, I mean, you may go to one of them, you may go to none of them, you may go to all of them, but at least the information is here for you. So that's my idea. Put the phone down, press play, and if you are there and you're on the live, I'm going to try to make as many lives as I can. They are all pre-recorded too, just to let you know. They are pre-recorded, whether I release them in a few hours or I release them in a couple of days. They're all pre-recorded, but I'm going to be there hanging out with you guys, and I appreciate it. I also have Margaritaville.
Where can we find them at?
Find them. You can find them for now on the podcast tab on my channel on Controversial Cruising, which is a little weird, but it's all the way down to the end. A little different. Kind of looks like the video because there is video there that YouTube kind of wants you to put a thumbnail in a video. So I do. However, that's where you can find them. Necessarily not listen to in any certain order. If there is a topic that sparks your interest and you want to listen to it, boom. And if people ask me to elaborate and stay on for an hour, I will. I figured let's just start with a half an hour and let's see if you guys want a podcast. And from the comments, I mean, I appreciate you guys. I've been reading some of the comments, getting back to you guys, and it's been really nice.
Hey, Jimmy. Good night, Jimmy. If you're still in here, good night. And Just Cody just walked in.
Oh, yeah, Just Cody. I appreciate you, buddy.
And
Not late
you're
at
never
all,
late.
my friend.
You're never late, Cody. You're never late.
Appreciate you. And have a great night, Jimmy. It was up here. Yep. Thanks for coming in, my friend.
What's the last topic for the night before we get off here?
Our last topic. Yes. Yeah, and let's see. Let's roll it. Right now, we only have audio, but one of my favorite segments, my last segment.
Back in the day with Bill W.
That's right. That's this guy right here. So back in the day with Bill W. Question, your 43 cruises, Bill. Is there any cruise ship that is no longer in service that you once sailed on? What is that ship? And share a little bit with us.
Well, and there was the Ecstasy. There's a couple of them.
Okay.
Fantasy, Inspiration, Imagination. There's a few of them, but Ecstasy was my first cruise ship ever on Carnival Ecstasy, and I was so hurt that I wasn't able to go down there for the final selling of it. It's from the Fantasy class ships, and the Fantasy class ships, they hold a special place in my heart because that was the first cruise ship that I went on, and that's why another reason why I want to go on the Booze Cruise 2.0, and it's because it's a Fantasy class ship, Paradise, and I've been on it. I enjoyed it, but it's old school, and I know it won't be here much longer. So that's another reason why I would love to go down there and get on that ship. It brings it back to a different day of sailing than I don't get me wrong. My favorite is the cruise ships that are coming out now, but between this and then the old school ships, it was just something about. Back then, you didn't have the internet, you didn't have the TV channels. You went there just to cruise and relax and have a good time and go to some ports. And I missed those days.
Yeah.
So the Ecstasy was a ship, and I always hold a special place in my heart for me.
What year was that you took your first cruise?
1990. That's probably some of you guys weren't even thought about. Back in the day.
Back in the day. Look, and Brady says Carnival Ecstasy was our first too.
Nice.
There you go. Yes, and please share with us too as well, whether they're still in service or not. Share with us your first cruise, because I am also going to go down that route when I share my cruise with you that is no longer in service. Let's see. Cruising Scene says our first was on the Carnival Fantasy in 2009.
Fantasy is another one that's no longer. Yep.
Well, didn't make it on the Ecstasy for the last selling, but made it on her last May. It was still pretty good, in good condition for her age.
Yeah, they actually kept up the ships pretty well. Adini Gymnastics, welcome in. Yeah, they did pretty well keeping them up.
That was Andrew's also part of his first two. Oh, and yes, welcome in. Should I put this one up, Bill? Keisha says, nice. Bill, 1990, I was in 10th grade in high school.
Yeah, way to make me feel old. Thank you, Keisha. I see you got a question from African Dreaming.
My first was the Carnival Triumph in 2003. Okay. Question, have either of you been on rough seas, or do you mostly stay in calm waters like the sea version of turbulence?
I've actually been, there's been some storms that we had to go around, so the seas were rough. Nothing like, here lately you saw like the chairs being tossed around, but I've been through where, you rocked really, really well. I mean, going back and forth. But nothing too bad. I mean, again, right now, I have my sea legs, so I have been on ships where a lot of people got sick and they have, bags at the steps, so you can grab one just in case you need one. That's one of the things, especially going during around September when I like to go. It's just hurricane season, so you could possibly hit some rough water.
Yes, very true. I've been on a few, but again, like Bill, I don't think anything that was crazy. Of course, there were some people that were getting sick, but that is on, I don't want to say every cruise. It's definitely not on every cruise, but when it is getting a little rough, especially in hurricane season. You do pose that threat, but it wasn't any real danger. The ship was just rocking. We did end up going around the storm. That was our way to go around the storm. And I always stay calm in it. I was kind of raised on Long Island, and not born on Long Island, but I was raised in Long Island and raised right on the water. And I was on a ship or on a boat, let's just say a fishing boat, when I was very young. So I was always on the bay and on the ocean when I was very young. So I am lucky to not get seasick unless it's super crazy. And I think maybe once I felt it, but I was able to. I think I used the old flat ginger ale trick. Is that a trick?
Yes, I hear it. I don't know how well it works, but I hear that all the time. I take Dramamine. I take Dramamine. I don't take it now, but when I first got seasick, I took Dramamine and took it for a little bit. And now I don't take anything, but I do take it with me just in case.
Yeah, I do too, just in case. Now I do the patches actually, but
I've never done the patches either.
Let's see here. My first was a Carnival Triumph in 2003. I'm about to share mine with you. I don't know if anybody has heard about mine, honestly. My first cruise was a Carnival Freedom in 2019. Very nice, very nice. Just Cody's was probably my second favorite ship next to the Carnival Dream. My first cruise was the Carnival Elation. Love the Elation.
I do too.
Great ship. And mine is from the Dolphin line, which is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean right now, called the SS Seabreeze. It was a smaller, it wasn't really too much of a smaller ship. However, it hosted different themed cruises. The themed cruise that I was on and that I remember, and I was Googling and I could not remember until Andrew from Embarkation Nation mentioned the Flintstones, and it was a Hanna-Barbera cruise, themed cruise, which they had Flintstones, they had the Jetsons, they had a whole bunch of cartoon characters walking around, greeting all of the kids, and apparently my mom said I hated it, but
what?
That was my first cruise.
That sounds like a cruise I want to go on right now.
They don't do it anymore, and that cruise is, however, in the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. So.
Oh no.
But now I do Carnival too. And this is a throwback shirt. The Carnival Destiny is now. Does anybody know what the Carnival Destiny is? Oh, that's a good trivia to close the show out. I wish it was on the ship.
The Destiny now. Well, the Destiny was always the Destiny, wasn't it? It changed names now.
Which ship is it? Do you know?
The Sunshine.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, see, Keisha knew it. I guess I should have let people know in the chat answer it.
The Carnival Sunshine, which is
they actually changed
now.
They changed the name because it used to be the Destiny class ships. Now they call them the Sunshine class ships.
That is correct. For all those Carnival nerdies out there.
Right.
Us.
Well, Scott, what else do you have? What else do you have going on?
That's it. I mean, we zoom through these hours. We can't thank you enough for coming in. So many of you have joined us. We will be here again next week, Bill.
Yep. I will be here tomorrow, Banter with Bill at 4 p.m. Eastern time on my channel. And we're going to be talking about how can we improve the cruising experience. And that's not so much of what we can do like personally, but again, like what the cruise lines, how can the cruise lines make it a better experience to cruise for us? And I'm going to be talking about that tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time.
I like
Banter
that.
with
I
Bill.
will be there, Bill. I will definitely be there.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Come on up. You have the knowledge. You can come on up. You can help me do that show.
But it is also the highlight of my Wednesday too, Bill. Just to let you know.
I really enjoy this. I tell everybody coming on here talking with you. I really love talking about cruising. You've cruised a lot. We have a lot in common, and I really enjoy the topics. So most of the topics, everything Scott comes up with, and I love I love talking about it. I love being here. You made me a happy man, Scott.
Yes, enjoy it too. And again, thank you everybody for coming in.
Thank you, everybody.
I do have a premiere too as well after Bills. It's going to be 6:20, I believe, my time. It is just a what is tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow's day one Margaritaville at Sea vlog. So that one is cool. That one is cool.
Sweet.
And then we'll have a podcast the day after.
Make sure we get over there and watch it.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Good night, and we will talk to you later.
Yes. Thanks everybody for coming in. Appreciate you. We'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.
Bye-bye.